Have you ever noticed something strange about school? You can spend more than 12 years studying. You learn math, science, history, and literature. You take tests, complete homework, and graduate with a diploma. But when it comes to money, the thing you will deal with almost every day of your life, most schools teach you almost nothing. No lessons about investing, no lessons about taxes, no lessons about credit cards, debt, or building wealth. So the real question is, why doesn't school teach you about money? The truth is, there are several reasons, and once you understand them, you will start to see the system very differently. The first reason is that schools focus on academic knowledge, not real-life financial skills. Education systems were designed to teach subjects that are easy to test. Math problems have clear answers. History questions have clear facts. Science experiments have clear results. But financial decisions are different. Money involves behavior, habits, risk, and personal choices. Because of this, many schools simply stick to traditional subjects and avoid teaching personal finance. The result? Millions of students graduate every year without understanding the basics of money. They know how to solve equations, but not how interest works. They know historical events, but not how taxes affect their income. And when they finally start earning money, they have to figure everything out on their own. The second reason goes back more than 100 years. Modern education systems were created during the Industrial Age. At that time, the world needed workers for factories, offices, and large companies. Schools were designed to prepare people for those roles. Think about how school works. You follow a strict schedule. A bell tells you when to start and stop. You sit in rows and listen to instructions. You complete tasks given by authority figures. All of these habits are useful in a workplace. The system was built to train reliable employees, but it was not designed to teach students how to become investors, entrepreneurs, or financially independent. In simple terms, schools teach people how to work for money, but they rarely teach people how to make money work for them. The third reason is that many teachers were never taught about money either. Teachers are trained to teach academic subjects. They study education methods. They learn how to explain math, science, languages, or history. But very few teacher training programs include lessons about investing, building wealth, or managing money. So even if teachers wanted to teach financial education, many of them simply never received that training. This isn't a problem with teachers. Most teachers care deeply about helping students succeed, but the system they work in never made financial education a priority. The fourth reason is that money is often seen as a sensitive topic. In many families, people don't talk openly about money. They don't discuss their income. They don't talk about their debts. They don't share their financial mistakes. Because of this, money becomes a subject people avoid. Schools sometimes avoid teaching it as well because financial topics can lead to disagreements or uncomfortable conversations. But avoiding the topic creates a bigger problem. Students enter adulthood without financial knowledge, and they begin learning about money through painful experiences. Credit card debt, student loans, bad financial decisions. Many people spend years fixing mistakes that basic financial education could have prevented. The fifth reason is that the system rewards employees more than entrepreneurs. Most schools prepare students for a traditional life path. Graduate from school, get a job, work for a company, earn a salary. Repeat this for 30 or 40 years, then retire. There is nothing wrong with having a job. Jobs provide stability and income. But the problem is that students rarely learn about other financial paths. Very few schools teach how businesses are started. Very few classes explain how investing builds wealth. And most students never learn about building multiple sources of income. Because of this, many people grow up believing that the only way to earn more money is to work harder or work longer hours. But that belief can limit their financial future because income alone does not create wealth. There are many people with high salaries who still live paycheck to paycheck. At the same time, there are people with average incomes who slowly build wealth because they understand how money works. This brings us to an important question. If schools don't teach financial education, what should people actually learn about money? There are several key lessons everyone should know. The first lesson is how to manage spending. This is where budgeting comes in. A budget is simply a plan for your money. It shows how much you earn and where that money goes. When people start tracking their spending, they often discover something surprising. Small daily purchases add up quickly. Coffee, subscriptions, fast food, and impulse shopping can slowly drain hundreds or even thousands of dollars each year. Understanding this gives you control over your money, instead of letting your money control you. The second lesson is saving and investing. Saving money creates financial security. It protects you from emergencies and unexpected expenses. But saving alone usually isn't enough to build wealth. Investing allows money to grow over time. Through compound growth, investments can increase year after year. Even small investments made consistently can grow into large amounts over time. This is one of the most powerful financial principles in the world. Yet many people never learn it until they are much older. The third lesson is understanding debt. Debt is one of the biggest financial traps people fall into. Credit cards, loans, and high interest rates can quietly grow into massive financial burdens. Many people spend years paying off debt that started with small purchases. But not all debt is the same. Some forms of debt can help people build opportunities. For example, loans used wisely for education, businesses, or investments can sometimes create long-term benefits. The key is understanding how borrowing works and using it carefully. The fourth lesson is understanding assets and liabilities. This idea is simple but powerful. An asset is something that puts money into your pocket. A liability is something that takes money out of your pocket. Wealthy people focus on acquiring assets. Many people, however, spend most of their income on liabilities, things that require constant payments and expenses. Understanding this difference can completely change how someone approaches money. The final lesson is that wealth is built through habits. Many people think wealth comes from luck or from earning a huge salary, but in reality, wealth is often built through consistent financial habits. Saving regularly, avoiding unnecessary debt, investing consistently, learning new financial skills. These small actions repeated over many years can create powerful results. And the good news is that today, you don't need school to learn these lessons. The internet has made financial education available to anyone who wants it. Books, podcasts, online courses, and educational videos like this one. People today have access to more financial knowledge than any generation before them. All it takes is curiosity and the willingness to learn. Once you begin learning about money, your mindset starts to change. You stop thinking only about earning a paycheck. You begin thinking about building assets. You start looking for opportunities to grow your money. And over time, those small changes in thinking can transform your financial future. So remember this, school can teach you how to pass exams. School can teach you how to get a job. But financial education teaches you how to build freedom. And the moment you decide to start learning it, you take the first step toward changing your life.